Hello, today we'll be working with standard 7, number sense 1, probably the most important standard almost of the entire year. So I'm glad that we're starting with this early. Okay, so you learned about integers, you learned their definition and what they look like and where they were and the opposites and absolute value. Today we're going to start looking at combining integers that have the same sign. Okay, so hopefully that rings some bells with you. The idea of signs, an integer has a negative sign or a positive sign, right? So we will be combining integers. Well, what does it mean to combine? What does it mean to combine? Good. We're going to be doing that, right? And then with, what are these? What's the definition of this? Good, I'm going to abbreviate it. Negative, positive whole numbers. So we will today be working with putting together negative or positive whole numbers that have the same sign. So they're either both positive or they're both negative. Okay? Well, I probably don't have to get into too many details. I probably don't have to go too far with this than to probably tell you you know what to do. You've been doing this since first grade. I mean, I'm going to show you. So the idea of combining is to put together. And the idea of putting together, what operation is putting together? Yeah, you got it. What operation is putting together? You put your chili cheese fries together with your friend's chili cheese fries, and you have 2 chili cheese fries. So the idea of combining is the addition sign. Okay? You've been combining integers that have the same sign since first grade. You tell me how to get an answer to this. I'm combining integers that have the same sign. What's the result? Good. You're combining integers that have the same sign. Good. You're combining integers that have the same sign. Good. You're combining integers that have the same sign. Good. So you tell me, what do we do? What do you do to get an answer? Very good. Take the numbers, add them together. It's going to stay positive. Perfect. That's perfect. The standard for 7th grade, though, is for you to be able to combine integers that have the same sign and to show that on a number line and or using counters. I'll show you what that is in just a little bit. Okay? Alright, so let's get back to this real quick. So that's the idea for the positive values. You just take them, you add them together, and call it what called the answer, the sign of the numbers. Well, then you tell me, what do we do here? Combining integers that have the same sign. What do we do? We're just going to add them together, and the answer is going to be the same as the numbers. Very good. I mean, it's the same thing, pretty much. But I do want to show you this, and I want to back this up on the number line. So to combine integers with the same sign, you're going to take them, you're going to add them. We're really adding their absolute values, what we're doing. And then the sign carries. So it's good that you're able to do this real quick, right away. Sometimes I'll put a parenthesis here that says -1 combined with -3. Good. Take the numbers, add them, call it negative. So, part of the standard is you being able to get an answer. That's great. And the other part of the standard is to show it on the number line. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and do that with you now. All right? Very good. So I will go ahead and show you combining integers on the number line. And we will use, the very first thing we will use will be the number line. Okay? So I'm going to use this. Your book has these drawn for you. Let's say we've got 2 combined with 3, okay? And you're asked to show this on the number line. Here's what I'd like for you to do. I'd like for you, before you ever, start walking, I like to call this walking out an answer. Before you start walking out an answer, start at 0. Please, just get used to starting at 0. One thing I really don't like about your textbook is never starts at 0. Okay? So that's something that I don't think does you a favor. All right? So this is gonna be my little pointer thing. Okay? And I'm gonna walk out +2 combined with +3. So here we go. I'm gonna start at 0, and this is how you show it on the number line. The first integer is 2 positives, so travel in that direction to +2. Over to 2. And then, now this tells you what to do next. It says, and now you're going to go 3 in a positive direction. We don't go back to 0. We're over here. We're here. We're where we left off. Now we're going to go forward 3. 1, 2, and 3. So guess what? That is the result. Where do you end up? You end up at 5. So that is showing +2 combined with 3 on the number line. Okay? Very nice. How about we do something like this? How about we go with, I don't know. Let's go with 3 combined with 7 on the number line. Okay, and I will use a different color just so it looks different. Great. So guess what? Here's how we're going to show it on the number line. I'm going to start at 0. Always like to start at 0. Even though this says 3, always start at 0. And now you're going to walk 3 in a positive direction to get there. 1, 2, 3. I like to put a little arrow here just to separate the movements. So this is the very first movement. You don't have to write this up here. Now it says now that we are at 3, it says and now we're going to go 7 in a positive direction. So I got to walk that out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that takes me all the way out here to 10. So 3 combined with 7 equals 10. That's how you show it on the number line. Very good. That's how you show it with the positives on the number line. Let me show you now with the negatives on the number line, okay? Let's go with, I don't know, let's go with -2 combined with -4. Okay? These parentheses, again, what they're doing is they're helping your eyes separate these two signs. That's all they're there for. They don't mean multiplication. They don't mean anything weird like that. All right? So, we're going to do the exact same thing. Your book doesn't do it, but we're going to do it. We're going to start at 0. Now, we're going to travel here. We're going to travel in this direction. Negative is left. So, we're going to go left 2. So, that takes us here. And then now we're going to go 4 left. So, let me do this. I like to do this and that. Now we're going to go back 4 in a negative direction from there. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So guess what? -2 combined with -4 is -6. That's how to show it on the number line. All right? We'll do another one. Not a big, horribly complicated thing. Let's go with, I don't know, we'll go -4. No, let's go with -5 combined with -8. And again, I have the parentheses here. The parentheses kind of help separate the negative and the positive sign. Or the addition with the negative sign. Okay? I'll go ahead with the orange on this. And here we go. So to find the answer to this, you're going to start at 0. And you're going to travel to there, the first step. Okay? And I'm going to travel back 5. Okay? Now, to this 5 negative, I am going to now combine 8 more negatives. Meaning I'm going to take a step in the negative direction 8 steps. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So guess what? That takes me all the way over here to my answer, which is, ta-da, -13. So -5 combined with negative 8 is equal to negative 13. Okay? It's no different than when we did this. Okay? We just took the numbers, we added them together, and its sign carried on to the answer. All right? Very good. That's showing it on the number line. Okay, maybe we'll have a little bit of time for practice after this. Now I'm going to show you combining integers that have the same sign using what's referred to as counters or chips or signs. So I'm going to show you this. We have two different colors. I'm going to use Fruit Loops because I like Fruit Loops. Okay, I got two different colors here. Now, which of these colors is usually represents a positive thing? Yellow or red? Very good. Yeah, usually that's represents positive. And in your textbook, you're not going to see Fruit Loops. In your textbook, you'll either see colored, like circle, colors of circle, or you might see little plus signs, maybe. Okay, so yellow represents positive integers. And, yep, red will represent negative. Okay? And think about it. When you spend all your money in your bank account, the numbers left over are red. If you're watching the stock market and your stock drops down, it's usually in red. Okay? Positive is usually yellow. Think about a happy face t-shirt, you know. You have these happy faces, right? Aren't they usually yellow? Yeah. They're rarely ever red for a happy face. So these are the colors we're going to use for each of the integer types. Right? We're going to combine now. We'll combine some integers. We'll combine some positive ones. It's not a big deal. Let's go with positive 2 combined with positive, I'm going to go with 4. That way I'm not having to bring out too many Fruit Loops. Okay, I'm going to put those there. Move the Fruit Loops. I'm going to bring out the Fruit Loops. And I'm going to model this using the Fruit Loops, using the counters, using the signs. So when you see this, think about it. This is a positive 1. This is positive 2. This is positive 3. You getting the idea? Positive 4. Positive. Okay, you get the idea. Good. So I'm going to take 2 of them, and then to those 2, I'm going to combine 4 more with them. And what's the total? You tell me. Count them up. They're all yellow. We have 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you have it. That's how you model the integer 2 combined with the integer 4 to equal 6. Okay? If you don't have Fruit Loops, or maybe it's in your book, I don't know, you can use little plus signs. So you take 2 of them, and then to those 2 plus signs, you're going to combine 4 more. And when you do that, you can literally draw them out. Then you can maybe, I don't know, circle them or whatever and count them. What's the total? Total 6. 6 what? 6 yellow. So that means it's 6 positive. Okay? I think you can see that pretty easily. We'll do one more. We'll do another one just because I want to get a couple decent examples out before we leave. So let's say, I don't know, let's say you have the integer 5. I'm going to combine that with 2 and see what that's equal to. All right? So I'm going to use counters to do that. I'm going to show the 5 first. So I've got 5 positives sitting out there. 5 yellow Fruit Loops. Very good. Now I'm going to take those 5, and with those 5, and I think you can do it in your head, and that's great. That's fantastic. The whole idea of this is to really help cement the idea in your head. So if the number line won't stick, then maybe the counters stick. Really helping you remember how to do this in your head. Because in the end, we want to avoid all of this right here. So I've got the 5. I'm going to combine it with the 2. Okay, they're all the same colors. I'm going to add it all together. 1, 2, 7. Very good. So when we combine integers that have the same sign, like in this case here, positive 5 combined with 2 is positive 7. Very nice. Well, you can also model combining integers representing negative numbers. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do that. I've got to bring out some of these red Fruit Loops. Good old Fruit Loops. I have my red and yellow plastic things back in my classroom. So these are a little more fun anyway. Okay. Alright, so I am going to do these negative ones over here, maybe on the right side. Okay? I think you can probably, in your mind, imagine where we're going with this, and that's perfect. Okay? I think the reason the standard requires you to be able to do this is to really help cement the rules in your brain. Okay, the rules, meaning just, doing it without drawing the picture in and just coming up with an answer, which is where we're headed, obviously. So let's do this. Let's say we have -3, and we're going to combine that with 3 more negatives. Let's see what we get. We're going to use, we could use the number line, if you can imagine, right? If you can imagine, we're starting here, we're going there, and going there. But let's use the Fruit Loops. All right? So, to model this using the counters of the Fruit Loops, all right, we're going to take this many out. So here we are. Again, red represents negatives. And with those, we're going to add or bring out more. We're going to bring out 3 more. So there we have it. Now we're going to count them all together. What do we have? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The result is 6. What color are they? 6 reds. Can't leave it like this. You have to put red. Okay? Very good. Let's do another one. Let's say we've got, I don't know, we've got -2 combined with negative... I guess it doesn't matter. -2 combined with -5. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to bring out 2 of these. And then we'll bring out 5 more of those and add them all together. What do we have? Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They don't cancel each other out. They're all red. So what do we have? We have 7 reds. So 2 reds plus 5 reds is 7 reds. We could also model this on the number line if necessary. So that's how you combine integers that have the same sign, and that's how you use counters or Fruit Loops, and that's how you can also use the number line. Okay? In the end, we just want to get to the shortcut. After all, that's what you will be doing in algebra. So let's get to the shortcut. You tell me, somebody, what's -10 combined with -40? Well, here's a great case. Here's a great example why Fruit Loops, why counters, why number lines are not the best way to do this. But it is something that you should have in the background for sure. So this, I'd have to get out a whole bunch of Fruit Loops, right? In algebra, you'd have to bring a whole box of cereal. So let's just go ahead and combine it without the number line or counters. You tell me, what do? We take the numbers, and really, people, yep, you got it. You're really taking them and adding their absolute value. That's really what you're doing. So 10 plus 40 is good. And what kind do we have? What color Fruit Loops are these? Yep. You got 10 reds and 40 reds. It's 50. This would be yellow, and that's not right. It would be 50 reds. Very nice. How about this one? We got -18 combined with -21. Final answer. Very good. Combine it. They're both all the same color. You add them together and put the sign. Very nice. And obviously you know how to do this for positives. So you tell me. You take the 2 integers, add them together, and make sure that you have the correct sign. We don't normally put a positive in front of the number, so we don't need to do that. Okay? Unless you're asked on the assignment. Very good. Thank you.